Hello, basically this is another PIP video because I finally got my second appeal date from the courts, so that's really good in a way. I'm bricking it a little bit. I'm really nervous and anxious about it, but from what my SARC lawyer says, it is looking good. So yeah, for those who don't know, for those who haven't seen the other PIP videos that I've done, basically I've been dealing with this PIP stuff from first claim to this second appeal now, which is tomorrow. I've been dealing with it for about a year and a half. Basically, I did the claim, I did the assessment, then they turned me down and said, no, you're not disabled enough. So then I did their mandatory reconsideration thing. That came back as a no again. So then I started the appeal process with the help of SARC, which are a charity organisation that give free legal help to people that are dealing with issues like benefits, the assessments, the appeals, all that type of thing. So I've been getting help from them to sort out the appeal. We had the first appeal. I took all the information. I took the information that was needed and more. I went and got medical records. I took with me reports from Southampton Social Services Disability Team. I took reports from Southampton Social Services and Southampton Council Home Adaptions Team. I took everything and more with me. But DWP, they didn't provide the information they should have for the appeal. They were supposed to send, because of my condition is rare and degenerative, and there is a lot of issues that it causes with me, they asked for extra information from DWP. They wanted my DLA assessment reports and my ESA assessment reports and stuff like that as well, so they could have a look in the past what I was awarded and why I was awarded it, so then they could use that to help make a decision to see how bad my condition has degenerated over the years and whatnot, kind of thing, I guess. And basically DWP didn't provide that information. So in the appeal, we did the appeal. I spoke to the 3 judges there that were all from like the medical field or whatever. I think there was like a occupational therapist, or a physiotherapist or something, some form of doctor, or all sorts like that. And basically they asked me loads of questions, loads of difficult questions and confusing questions. They were throwing dates, times, numbers at me, and to be honest, anyone that knows me will tell you that my brain doesn't retain dates, times, or anything like that. I can tell you that I had surgery, or I went to hospital to have this done or that done, but I can't tell you the exact time or the exact date of that. This is why I keep all my medical records on hand, so that if in the event that I do need to find out what day it was that I had this operation done, I can quickly look through and have a look and find out. And that's kind of what I was doing in the appeal. They were asking me times and dates about when I had this surgery, that surgery, and I was kind of panicking, like, oh, I don't know, and trying to flick through the paperwork and trying to read it as I'm flicking through, and not being able to find it because I'm rushing and I'm not paying attention properly, and I'm freaking out with anxiety, and it was really difficult. I felt like a criminal, being cross-examined and whatnot, and it was really scary. And to be honest, I came out of that and I thought, I've completely fudged this up, I've completely messed it up. They're definitely going to say no, I'm not going to win this case at all because I've messed it up. Now, my sister, who is registered blind, she went through the PIP a couple of months before me, and she got awarded hers after an appeal. She had to do the reconsideration and then an appeal, and then she got it. Basically, she said she had the same thing in her appeal. And she said, to be honest, she goes, what it is they deliberately confuse you. They deliberately try and get you in a fluster and try and see how anxious you get and try and make you make mistakes so that they can see how bad your condition is when you're under pressure. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And she was like, yeah, exactly. You haven't messed it up. You did perfectly. So you messing up is going to be a point in your court. So I was like, right, okay, I'll see what they were doing now. So I kind of felt a bit better about it. But then obviously sat there for almost a year and a half waiting for the second appeal. I was kind of thinking, yeah, they're not going to get back to me. They've forgotten about me, Then all of a sudden I got a letter from them the other day telling me my court appeal is tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I'm really anxious about it. I have been anxious the past couple of days about it. I've been freaking out a bit. Kind of feeling sick as well tonight and that, because tomorrow is the day of reckoning, I guess. But I've got all the information I need. I've got all this sort of paperwork here. This is like my appeal package. And here we've got, in this brown envelope, I think that's all my medical records that the court got. So big wad there, and that's only, I think, from 2013 onwards, the medical records for that. And I've got here the records from my other benefits like DLA and ESA from 2013 onwards. So yeah, I've got the assessment reports from everybody here and whatnot. So a lot of paperwork, quite a big hefty appeal package, So all this I've got to take with me tomorrow. But from what my SARC lawyer says, it's looking good. Basically, they said that they've dealt with a lot of PIP cases and a lot of PIP appeals. And basically, from what's going on and the information they've been given in the appeal package, because they have a copy of the appeal package as well, so they have all this paperwork as well. Basically, from what they've read and from what has been discussed between them and I guess the courts or whatever, from what they've said, it looks like a decision has already been made, and it's a yes decision. So basically, I've got the PIP. This second appeal is just a formality to let me know how much PIP I've been awarded. So basically, they're going to be telling me whether I've got the mobility or the daily living or the care or whatever, and how much of that I've been awarded, and how much back pay I've been awarded and stuff like that. So basically, it's already a yes. This is just to tell me how much I'm getting. So that kind of makes me feel a little bit better, but still I'm kind of freaking out because things can go wrong, you know, and information can get crossed, and you know, there could be cross wires or whatever, you know, and I just feel like something really bad is going to happen, that it's not going to be a good outcome and whatnot. I kind of got my hopes up a little bit, thinking, yes, we're going to win it, and I'm going to get awarded the money, and I'm going to be able to use that money to buy the mobility equipment I need, like the mobility scooter, you know, things like that. And it's all gonna be happiness and rainbows from then on. But I've got another little voice in the back of my head saying, no, there's not gonna be happiness and rainbows. You know, it's all gonna go wrong. They're gonna say no. Then you're gonna lose your other benefits because you're not on PIP. And then, because you've lost your other benefits, you're not going to be able to afford to feed yourself or pay your rent, and you're going to end up on the streets, you know. And that voice is the anxiety voice. That's the one that's saying, no, it's all horrible, it's all going to go wrong. And I'm just kind of trying to ignore that voice, you know, but it's really difficult. But to be honest, either way, I'm going to be glad when all of this is over, because I've kind of been anxious about it and worrying about it for 1.5 years now. And to be honest, I'm getting a bit fed up of worrying about it. So I'm happy for it to be over. And I mean, if it is a no, I could always reappeal or reclaim. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to have any fight left in me after all of this. But I guess I can't give up, because at the moment, where they cut my DLA because I claimed for PIP, I'm kind of living on very little money at the moment. And it's just kind of like I've had to cut out luxuries and, you know, anything that I didn't need, I had to cut out. And now I'm on very little food, instead of like going for a giant shop every month and filling up the freezer till it's overflowing, filling up the cupboards until they're bursting at the seams. I've not been doing that. I've not been able to. I've just been kind of like buying enough food to last us 2 weeks till we get paid next, you know? And it's just kind of annoying because I like to do one big shop once a month, get it out the way, got food for a month. I haven't got to worry about heading out to fucking to do shopping or whatever. I hate shopping. It is annoying. Clothes shopping's alright, you know, that's alright. But food shopping is one reason why I do it online most of the time now. One, because of my mobility in my house, and two, because I hate supermarkets. But yeah, so basically we had to tighten the belt for Sir Fluffy Bottom as well, because he used to have Royal Canin food, which is quite pricey, but it was better for his stomach and his fur, and it had less of the junk in it that the cheaper cat foods have got in. But now he's on supermarket own brand cheapy food, and he does not like it. He hates it. And it does give him the farts as well, which is kind of smelly. Yes, I'm talking about your farty bum, Fluffy. He's kind of laid there asleep on his side, and he heard me talking about him and opened one eye and looked at me like, what are you saying? But yeah, so PIP appeal tomorrow. I think I'm ready for it. I've got all the paperwork sorted. I've got everything here that I need. I'm just like checking and rechecking just to make sure that it's all there. Because I don't want to get there and realise I've forgotten one very vital, important piece, you know. So hopefully my next video will be tomorrow, and it will be a victory video, hopefully, to let you know that I've won the appeal. If not, it'll probably be a very depressing video to say, oh, I didn't win it. But for those of you that are out there dealing with PIP, do seek help from an organisation like SARC. Now, I know SARC are based in Southampton. I don't know whether they help anyone outside of Southampton, but there must be other organisations around the country that can help. So check it out and get help filling it in, or hire your own lawyer if you have to, you know. But don't go it alone. And with the assessment, to be honest, all I can say is most of the time the assessments, the reports, are usually twisted. They take what you say and twist it to make it sound like you're a liar and that you're not disabled. That's what they did with me. And they told a lot of lies on there as well. So, to be honest, I went for PIP originally for my mobility issues and my physical health. But in the assessment, all they seemed to focus on was my mental health and my learning difficulties, which I am not diagnosed on yet. I've been fighting to get that proper diagnosis, but I'm not diagnosed for that. So, officially, they can't give me PIP based on that, because there's no official diagnosis. Whereas my physical health and my mobility, there is an official diagnosis. So then that means that I would be awarded PIP. But the PIP assessment, the PIP assessor, focused mainly on my learning difficulties and my mental health, and I think that's what went against me, because my physical health wasn't properly represented. Whereas in the appeal, my physical health was properly represented, because it was doctors there and physiotherapists and whatnot that were the judges, and they all have heard, couple of them had heard of Marfan syndrome and knew what it was, and one of them didn't know, but she researched it before she came in, and they understood what it was because they're medical professionals. They look at it from a medical point of view, and so they can see all the symptoms and they know what all the symptoms are and what effect them symptoms would have on me and stuff. So to be honest, the assessment means nothing. The PIP assessment means nothing. That's just a formality that you have to go through. The mandatory reconsideration, do that. If it comes back as a no, do the mandatory reconsideration. Then if that comes back as a no, do the appeal, because most of the time you are more likely to win the appeal. With PIP, 9 times out of 10 cases, it's been a no straight off. 9 times out of 10 with the mandatory reconsideration, it's been a no. 10 times out of 10, or I don't know, 9 times out of 10, it's been a yes on the appeal. So don't give up on the first no. Take it right to appeal. You will probably win if you take it right to the appeal. So that's my advice, So yeah, again, seek help from a charity organisation such as SARC, or get your own lawyer or someone professional that can help you fill out the forms and help you deal with the assessment and the appeals. Secondly, don't accept the first no. Take it all the way to appeal, because you are likely to win on the appeal. So yeah, that is my advice. Oh yeah, and also get all your medical records, send them with the PIP papers, get copies of it all. Even if it doesn't request it, send it anyway. It's always better to have and not need than not need and... Wait, hang on, I've confused myself. It's always better to have and not need than to need and not have. That's it, yeah. But yeah, so I've gabbed on about this for ages. I think I'm gonna let you all go now. And I'm gonna triple check these again to make sure that everything's there. And I'm probably going to go and have an early night tonight, because I've got to be up very early to make it to the court for 10 o'clock. So, and those who know me would know that I don't do early. I don't do mornings. But yeah, so thanks for watching. If you're watching this video on YouTube or Facebook, and you're going through PIP, if you'd like to share your story or whatever, you can either post it below this video on YouTube, or if you're seeing it on Facebook, post it below on Facebook on Suki's on Chronically Suki Facebook page. But yeah, it'd be interesting to hear other stories about, you know, it'd definitely be interesting to hear what, like, people like me who have been through the same thing with the assessors twisting everything that you say and having to wait a year and a half to get to appeal, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, let me know your story, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna go now. So, thank you. Fluffy, do you want to say goodbye? Where are you? You're gonna say goodbye? No. What's the matter? Is it your dinner time, is it? Is it your dinner time? It is, it's your dinner time, isn't it? Okay, give me high five then. High five. High five. Dude, high five. Good boy. Right, thanks for watching. See you all later. Bye bye.